Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, which is something slightly different today, but what we're going to be going over is I'm going to be comparing Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5 running the same project. So this is something which somebody asked in a comment the other day, which I thought was an interesting video idea, so I'm going to be going over something similar to that today. I say similar because obviously this is not a very scientific testing, because I'm just using my PC, not a variety of different ones and not a low end. It's a fairly high end spec PC, and I'll leave my specs in the description down below. But what I'm going to do is be testing the same map today, so in that sense it is a fair test. So I'm going to be using Unreal Engine 4.27 and Unreal Engine 5.0. I'm not going to be using any of the new UE5 features, i.e. nanite or world partition or anything like that, as this is just to test the underlying fundamentals of the engines that we get by default. So Unreal Engine 4 as it is and Unreal Engine 5 as it is, which is going to be better, UE5 or UE4 by default. And so I should say as well that this project and map was built for Unreal Engine 4, not 5. In that regards, they didn't have UE5 in mind when making this, as this was ages ago as well, before 5 was even announced. And I'll leave a link in the description down below as well to the map and project that I'm going to be using. It's completely free if you want to try it out for yourself as well. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So I'm going to start off by talking about the speed and timings of actually opening and loading up this project. So Unreal Engine 4 took 45 minutes to open and then another 5 minutes to load and compile the shaders after it had been opened. Now the additional loading and compiling once it's opened is normally pretty quick for me on this new PC, and again that's just because of the specs, so these will obviously take longer for you on your system if it's not as good as mine, but again 45 minutes to open, 5 minutes to load. Unreal Engine 5 took only 4 minutes to open and then another 21 minutes to load and compile the shaders. So as you can see there, Unreal Engine 4 took 50 minutes in total and Unreal Engine 5 took 25 minutes in total. 5 is a lot quicker to open it, but then it has a lot more of the loading to do once it actually opens, whereas Unreal Engine 4 does a lot more of that loading before opening. However, again, it's twice as quick in Unreal Engine 5 as it was in 4. And now I did open 5 after 4, and that's got nothing to do with it because it's a different engine version, so it didn't already have it in cache and in memory. And also, just in case, I did restart my PC and delete the project in 4 before doing it as well, just to make sure it is a completely fair test. So again, 50 minutes in Unreal Engine 4, which was a painful wait, and 25 minutes in Unreal Engine 5. And I should also say that obviously the speed and timing was for the first time open and load up of the project. So for the first time opening, it took 50 minutes and 25 minutes. Obviously after that it's a lot quicker, it only takes about a minute. But again, the first time opening, it took that long, so compiling all of the shaders and everything along those lines. And on top of the timings there, I'm also going to go over some of the task manager stuff, some of the more details of the back end of my PC. So while opening and loading up, UE4 used up to a maximum of 94% of my CPU, and it was averaging at about 85%, and my total CPU usage throughout the entire thing was 100% constantly. So again, a maximum of 94%, averaging at 85%, total CPU was 100%, and this was just literally using as much as it can get. So if it could use more, it would have used more CPU usage. Again, 94%. This completely lagged out my PC, meaning I could not do anything else while this was loading. It was using everything, so I had to just leave it there for 50 minutes to do what it needed to do. Whereas UE5 used up to a maximum of 51% CPU and averaging at about 40%, and my total CPU usage was about 88% at most times. So as you can see, this is a lot better. 88% is still a lot of the CPU to be being used, however 51% is only towards Unreal as opposed to 94%. So this meant that I could still use my PC for other things as well. So if I wanted to do something else, for example, let's say I was modeling or creating concept art while waiting for the project to open, I could still do that if I wanted to. Whereas again with 4, I couldn't do anything at all. So once again, in summary of this, UE4 took 50 minutes to open and used 94% of my CPU, whereas UE5 only took 25 minutes to open, so twice as quick, and only used 51% of my CPU to open, so again that's also nearly twice as efficient. So it's twice as quick and almost twice as efficient on the CPU, which is so much better for you to handle and just be able to really increase your workflow. So now that we've gone over the speed and timing of opening and loading the project, let's actually get into just running the project as well. And so we're going to start off by going over Unreal Engine 4. So again, we've got the project here in Unreal Engine 4. Looks like this. It looks pretty nice. I haven't used Unreal Engine 4 in so long, so I'm not used to the UI of it again. But you can see we have this here, and it doesn't look like it's running too badly. So what I'm going to do is show the FPS to see what we're getting. And we're getting about 30, depending on where I look. If I look down over here, it's about 25. Somewhere else, it's 30 to 40. So obviously, it's not too bad. It just depends where we look. Obviously, if I go straight up, it's 120, because there's nothing to load in. But again, you can see it's running pretty smoothly, like you see here. So even if I shake my screen about like that, it doesn't lose too much of the frames. In fact, it stays pretty much the same. And now this is actually running better than it was earlier, and this is the second time loading it up. So this is running smoother than it did before. Again, I'm averaging between 25 and 40 frames a second. It's pretty much the minimum and maximum I'm getting when I'm actually within the level, as you can see here. Let's go full screen in this as well. And let me also just press G to hide everything like so. So again, it doesn't look too bad. However, it doesn't also look amazing though. You can notice we're kind of losing a bit of quality on the trees the further back they go. And that's not just because of LODs. I think it's mainly the post-processing. But as you can see, the closer we get, the nicer it looks. But again, not fantastic, but again, also not terrible in any way, shape or form. And as I said earlier, this isn't really a very scientific or very detailed comparison, I should say, as well. All I'm doing really is just comparing how smoothly it runs and how nice it all looks, and also the timings of everything. So I'm not going into too much detail. This is purely just how much better is it for you to run Unreal Engine 4 versus 5, just to see if it's worth updating and upgrading your projects to. So if we just have a little fly about, you'll notice I'm really not losing frames that much at all. Again, the lowest it'll go down to is 25, but I can't really tell. It doesn't look bad, and it's definitely not a pain to work in at all. If I had to fly all the way up, what we should see is just a little bit more of the detail of the entire map that we can see loaded in here. So you can see how much we've actually still got loaded in like this, and it's not running badly at all. Again, a lot of this will be down to my own system and PC itself, but you get the gist. So what I'm going to do is also just hit play and see what it runs like while we're playing. So okay, this doesn't actually have anything to play in, so I guess I won't be doing that. Straight off the bat, what I'm going to do is just import a character if I can. Here we go. Let's just add the third person and we'll play as that, like so. So now I should hopefully be able to play. Here we go, as you can see here. So again, the frame rate's not dropped too much when I'm playing. You can see again, it doesn't look fantastic, but I think that's probably just due to this specific pack like this. But it is running nice and smoothly like so, and it's very quick to load things once I'm actually in the engine now. After doing the first time load up and first time setup, it's a lot quicker like this. So let me come out of this, as I think we've seen everything we want to here. Again, I'm not going to be going over quite a lot in this, so if there is more which you want to know and see, do let me know in the comments down below, as this is just a very, very basic video going over the very basics of how smoothly it's going to run. So let's move on to UE5 now. So here we are in Unreal Engine 5, back to the familiar UI, which I do prefer. And so straight off the bat, you can see this already looks so much better. You can really see the lighting and the reflections of everything looks a lot nicer than it did in UE4. And again, this is without even changing anything. So the only thing I've changed in here is just the engine version. Nothing else is actually different. But that one change is enough to make it look 10 times better, in my own personal opinion. And so this will be down to the new lighting engine of Lumen, which is used in Unreal Engine 5 and not in 4. So again, we now get a difference like this. And just this alone is enough for me to make the upgrade and the change from 4 to 5. Because we've not changed anything, but the graphics have got a massive upgrade. And I also think it feels smoother, so you get that nice upgrade of the graphics, and I think it feels and runs smoother. So let's actually test that. So let's show the FPS once again, and we can see that we're actually getting pretty much the same. So it's slightly higher here, it's maybe about 5 frames higher, but we're getting about between 25 and 40 once again like we did before. So maybe 1 or 2 frames higher, but overall average, I'd say it's pretty much the same as in UE4. Now, that might just be because that's the bottleneck of this project rather than the engine. So I'm getting the same due to my PC being able to handle it. So on another project, it might be lower on 4 than it is on 5. Again, this project probably isn't the best one to be testing this out on, but I don't think there might actually be any other better ones for this, simply because this was made for Unreal Engine 4 and there's not really any that were made for both 4 and 5, especially since the engine has only just come out. So again, although statistically it technically runs about the same frame rate, it does feel a lot smoother for me. And let me know in the comments down below if you think the same way as well, because this isn't only from this project, but from numerous projects which I've done. 5 just feels a lot smoother than 4, and I think that's because they're doing something on the screen in the background to actually make it look smoother and look nicer. I think I read that a couple months ago, but I can't remember because it's been so long. But again, it does feel like it runs smoother. Whether it does or not, actually, it definitely feels like it does. Again, I'm in the same place as I was in 4, and I'm getting the same frame rate. And obviously, if I look up to the sky, I'll get a lot more. I got 120, but if I look over there, about 25 to 30 and 40, all that same stuff, which you're getting at 4. So really, the project isn't actually that much different, other than it looks a lot nicer and feels like it runs a lot smoother. And I'm saying feels like because, you know, to the human eye, it technically does, but to the machine, it technically doesn't. So there's a bit of a weird contradiction there. It does, but it doesn't. And I mean, overall, I do prefer working, building, and editing in the UE5 editor for this exact reason of it feeling smoother. Because sometimes on a larger project in UE4, I'd sometimes not be able to work on it for a long time because I maybe feel a bit sick if it was lagging too much, whereas this, it's nice and smooth instead. So let me go back over here actually while I'm just flying about and hit play once again just to see if it runs about the same. I imagine it will, but let me just see. So we'll hit play. And we get in, and again, yeah, we're still getting about 30 frames a second. So it's the same as UE4 once again, which is to be expected, because there's not much difference between the editor and play-in editor. In fact, there's basically no difference. The only difference is when you're playing in standalone mode or in a package game, because that's then actually using a different compiler. So we'll exit this once again using the Shift Escape hotkey, and I think that'll probably be it for the UE5 version as well. So again, I pretty much sound like a broken record at this point, repeating myself, but it looks a lot nicer, and it does technically run smoother for the human eye to be able to perceive and look at like this. And again, you might want to do your own testing to see if this is the same case for you on your own system. This might just be because I've got a higher spec PC. Obviously, more testing is needed to be done. As I said earlier, this isn't a very scientific. This is just mainly to get the main points across to you so you don't waste your time downloading UE5. You can really look at this to see if it's worth it for you. So now that I've gone over the timing and speed of opening and loading the project in both UE4 and UE5, as well as just the general looks and smoothness of the projects running in both Unreal Engine 4 and Unreal Engine 5, I'm now just going to give my final thoughts on everything that we've covered today. So for me personally, UE5 is better than UE4 by default. It looks better and runs more smoothly. And I've come to this conclusion across hours and hours of working in both engines across countless projects of differing capabilities. So this isn't just from this one project I've done today in this video, this is across so many different ones which I've been working on. And there's also a main one which I'm working on, which I started in Unreal Engine 4 and upgraded to 5, and honestly it's been smooth sailing ever since. That one simple thing made the game look 10 times better, and again the engine also runs a lot smoother as it's a fairly large game. That was a big thing in UE4, was it was pretty laggy, but then onto 5, it runs like a dream. Again, this however may be due to my PC specs, so for a lower end PC the results may vary, but as with UE4, there are obviously going to be lots of different optimization techniques that you can use to make UE5 run much better for you, and the capabilities of the engine are amazing and definitely worth the upgrade. So I think even if you're just thinking about whether to upgrade to UE5 or not, I think definitely go for it. Just test it out, see if it's good for you. You might like it, you might prefer 4, but I'd definitely say to give it a try just to see anyway. And definitely do a lot more research into the capabilities of it to see what it can do. And I imagine the engine will run smoother on lower end PCs with time as they do more testing and get more feedback from us over time as well. So obviously it's still very early in release, it's only just released, and when they were doing testing originally that was obviously only on the Epic systems, which will be very high spec. So now that it's been released to all of us, more people are using it, they'll be getting the feedback from everyone, seeing where the bugs are, what's not optimized well for lower end PCs, and I imagine they will be making changes in all these places to make it more accessible to everyone. Obviously it is a next gen game engine, so you're not going to be able to run it on a potato PC, but hopefully more medium spec PCs will be able to run it like the one I used to have, but obviously I've upgraded now, and that was definitely worth it as well. So again, a quick summary of everything which we went over earlier. UE5 was twice as quick to open and load the project, and was also pretty much twice as efficient on CPU usage. So UE4 took 50 minutes to open, UE5 took 25 minutes, and UE4 used 95% of my CPU, while the UE5 only used 51%. So again, you can see there, that is a big improvement. UE5 also looked a lot nicer without changing anything other than upgrading the engine version, because the lighting engine has changed by default, so it just looks so much nicer, and the graphics are there. It just looks a lot more realistic. Again, the lighting, reflections, shadows, all of that, it's amazing. And that's not to say UE4 looks bad, because it doesn't at all, but you can definitely tell a big difference between 4 and 5. And on top of that, UE5 also seemed to run a lot smoother. Although technically they had the same FPS of an average of 25 being the lowest and 40 being the highest, they were the same, but again, I think UE5 does some stuff on the screen in the background just to give it the appearance of running smoother, to make it look nicer on the human eye. But I think that will probably be it for this video, as what we've done is we've just gone over the different engine versions of Unreal Engine 4 and Unreal Engine 5, and I showed you the differences in speed of loading and opening it all up, as well as just the general differences in graphics, smoothness, efficiency, and all that different stuff, just so you can really see the main differences between 4 and 5 without changing anything. So by default, this is how it should run. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you found it helpful. And again, like I said earlier, I've obviously gone over the very basics of this. If there's more stuff you want to see me go over in the future, do let me know, as I think this is a pretty interesting video idea, and I'd definitely like to see how far we can go into it in the future. So again, loads of different things of Unreal Engine 4 versus Unreal Engine 5, or just what Unreal Engine 5 is truly capable of and how smoothly it runs on my PC and just on general PCs as well. So again, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.